You have this touch in communication in general. Do you use it in your private life with a girlfriend, with how you will build your family? It should affect, because you have a very solid, beliefs in this.
I think I've changed. I'm 41 now. I have grown. I've changed some girlfriends in the past. Mostly I've done relationships. I'm a relationship guy. So I'm
Family guy.
Family guy. So I grew myself to learn from each of my relationships very different things. And I used to be more thinking with my head in everything. This was like when I was taking a decision, everything had to be logic and put logic and not so much sentiment before. And through age, through what has happened to me, through all these relationships, I learned that people are not always thinking with logic. Some are thinking a lot with sentiment, so you have to understand that. You have to open to discussions. Who is a psychologist? You can learn everything by yourself. And this was 100% wrong. 100% wrong. Everything is okay in my life. Okay, I might have some problems, but then my last relationship and my future wife, hopefully now, said to me, do it for yourself, as an investment for yourself, and you understand better yourself, better your connection with people, better your understanding with me. So I started doing psychotherapy about 3 years ago, without anything specific, and I understand both her and myself, and my business, and my decisions much better now.
So a psychologist who helped you?
It helped me very much. It helped me very much. And it helped me in a time of my life that I didn't think I needed any help. I didn't expect, I didn't have any big problem with work or something that drove me to do it. Just my discussion with my group said, if you do it, we will be much better together because you will understand me better and I will understand you better. And but the most important that you will understand yourself better. And I understood myself much better and it's growing. Still I need a lot of work with a lot of things because nobody's perfect, but I can understand why I'm taking decisions in my life, in my personal life, why I've taken decisions of how I have reacted to things, how I grew up. I want to change how my children will grow up if I would like to have any issue. All this helped me very much.
So now you have more clear picture in your mind, for example.
I have a clear picture of why I take decisions and some things that I don't, and how I react to some things that I don't want them to react like this, because I might be like something that for me it's logic and something that does something more personally and that it's not in my logic. I will be, why did he do that? And this makes no sense, and I will try and how I defend myself in an argument and all these things. And through psychology, I understand that, wait, you have to listen to the other person, understand why he's doing it. It might not make sense to you because you have a different way of growing up, different experiences. He has different experiences. You have to try and understand him. And even if you don't understand him, it's still okay. If you feel something that for you is not logic, it's still okay. And try to help. And always try to come calmly out of any argument and stuff. Before I couldn't understand decisions. And this is more in my personal way.
It's very nice to create, the common point. If you don't understand the decision of other person, she doesn't understand, for example, your decision, it's not a problem. You need just to create a common point, how you will do,
exactly.
What you will do in this situation.
Exactly. And grow from everything. Everything that we learn gives us another experience that we grow and do it better the next time.
What is the base in relationships you have, like for example trust or something, support? What is three things that is main for you?
Love is very important in your much personal relationship. I agree, trust and honesty. I think every time I feel that I tried to make my relationship better by not being honest, like in a small thing, it backfired. Honesty in a relationship is very important, and you need love and patience.
If you doesn't have love, you will not understand that.
Yes,
you will forgive if you love.
Yes. And patience is also very important.
At some point you told me that you don't want to interfere a lot in the life of hotel because you would like to give them little air to breathe and to develop themselves.
This is the same in relationships.
This is the same in relationships because you want to understand how they do it. You don't want to interfere a lot. You give the people resource to grow, but you give them support. that if something will go wrong, you will not tell them bye-bye, now I have another person. You will support and try to understand what's happened. So it's the discussion in communication and relationships, like in any business, it's a partnership.
It's a partnership.
In general.
It's a partnership, and you have to understand. I remember in my relationship, in the beginning of my last relationship, which I'm still very happy in, she was a character that at some points she needed to be alone. And in the beginning for me, like I need some time alone to think, to understand, to process what we're saying, just some alone time during the day. And for me, in the beginning, it was like something, when somebody says the knowledge, it felt like, oh, why, you don't want me to sit with you, to be with you, you don't like me anymore? And this was very, very long, because I wasn't used to it. I thought, because I want to be with my partner a lot of time, in the beginning especially, but she needed some alone time. She wanted to be like, not all day, all time together because we go to work and I have my alone time in work. But when we go with her, you want to be with the other person all the time when you leave work. But for me it was like this. But for her it was, okay, one night I might need to be 1 hour, 2 hours to relax, understand, to do something for myself. And for me it was weird. But when you start understanding that this is how it processes, this is how he grew up, this is what he wants, and you understand this has nothing to do with you personally.
Yes.
It's not he doesn't want to see you, because in the beginning it was like, I thought for me, she doesn't want to see me, but in the end it was, she wanted for herself, it had nothing to do with me.
It's nothing to do with anybody actually.
Exactly. So when you understand this, it starts being selfish for you, and it starts being understanding the other, and it works much, much better.
And you don't torture yourself.
Exactly. Before I would torture myself, like, why does he want to be with me that for like this 1 hour? But it had nothing to do with me.
Yes, and people actually sometimes try to be better, try to show more attention, and people don't want this attention. They would like to be alone at some point.
Exactly. You have to not to be selfish. In a relationship to work, you have to take your selfishness down, and especially if you start having a family, even more down. This is important.
But actually it's not selfish. Selfish people, it's like they would like to do something for themselves, but for this they don't need a girlfriend.
Yeah.
They need a servant.
Exactly. And this is not a relationship.
It's not relationships. People don't want to have relationships like this. We don't have slaves in the house anyway. But actually now women started to be a little bit rough. They know what the person should have money, the person should have this. Because we have our basic needs, and actually love and trust and understanding, it's basic needs. So people would like to create a family. We don't talk about business and talk about financial system of the government that tell that you should be a family because it's easier way for them to control people in general. But in this case, you just have trust, basic needs, everything connected together, and it's more for you, like you rely on your life now better. It's like I have a double body.
Yeah, I understand. You're right.
And also for me it's very important that the sense of humor, because all the conflict can be solved with
a small sense of humor, and it's good to have the humor that connects with the other person.
Yeah.
I agree.
But if you even don't understand, sometimes I don't understand the humor of my husband, but I understand pattern of his behavior in humor. I understand yes, it doesn't connect to me. This is a just sense of humor that he has. So how I can make it better for me? So I can make jokes on this.
Make a joke of his humor and relate to him, and he will understand that his situations that are different.
Yeah, so it's like we growing inside, and family relationships actually make people understand themselves more. I always, go to the mind and try to analyze all of the things, because for me, even the basic things, like a habit, they occupy a lot of space in mind. And when you try to do something else, you have a defense mechanism to tell that you have also, your life nice, everything good. Why you need this? Why you need this? It's a lot of effort you need to do. But in general, your mind doesn't grow, and you're still inside of your habits. So when the other person comes to your life, you see different things. You try to behave differently. So your mind developing actually.
It changes. With every person, with every relation, with everything, your mind changes and your views change. And you think, before you sit down, I've seen myself a lot of times thinking I would never do that in a relationship. And now I think a different level. Like it was very funny. This happened very last. I always thought about St. Valentine's Day. I always said in my head that St. Valentine's Day is something created for florists to make money, and it's a fake. You don't need one specific day to buy something to your girlfriend. You can buy it any day. But for me, it was because they're telling me this day to not buy something. You have to buy something. I will do the opposite. I will buy every day except for that day. My future wife, my girlfriend now, she said she was making fun of me. She never asked for something, but it was funny that you see this very often. And this year, I said I will buy flowers. And I went for the first time in my life. I remember I went on St. Valentine's and bought her flowers to tell her that I changed. That this is only important because this will make you happy. It doesn't care about me thinking that this is a weird day because they are telling me to buy flowers. You have to buy flowers today. It's changed. If this makes you happy, I'm happy. So it doesn't matter. I will break my view, which was wrong in the beginning, because I understand it's not so logic that I did, as I told you before. You have to buy flowers on this day, and because you have to, I will not buy it, because I will buy it any other day except for this day.
It's like you have a little teenager inside.
Yes, exactly.
A little rebellion.
It was a rebel.
People see it opposite way. All the florists do the same for you, because now the rest of the year you will buy flowers except for one day. For them it's better.
For them it's better.
For them it's better.
It has to be, why is he buying flowers? Because it's Wednesday. For me it's like this. Because I passed by and I saw a nice flower and said I will buy it to you. But because you're telling me to buy it, I will not do it today. And then even that I changed. I said, if that makes her happy, why all these my things in my head? It's the most important thing for her, and because she was not expecting it on that day, because of that, she will be even happier.
Exactly. You can try to find a different way of doing it. You can go and with a beautiful flowery garden and tell it, okay, I don't want to buy you flowers, I buy you garden.
Yes, and I didn't buy roses. I bought flowers that nobody was buying on that day to feel a little bit. So I did something that she doesn't love roses, she likes other flowers, so I bought different flowers. So I kept my little tradition that not buying roses, but I bought something for Valentine's Day.
The most important thing is to understand the smell of the flowers, because actually flowers are growing inside, but they're different. They're growing, they're blooming, they're smelling, they're every time different. I'm a florist, so I understand.
You understand very well.
Yes, so for me, it's actually one of the points that I started creating this aesthetic intellect research, because for the brides, for example, peonies is the most important flower because they're calm. They smell these flowers and they become calm.
Every flower has its symbolism, its mentality, its story. My girlfriend, that she likes flowers, but she likes the ones that you can cultivate. They don't die for you. They have something that can stay, or you can plant it, or when it's dry, and you can keep it as a dry flower.
Like eucalyptus, for example.
Yes, things that you can keep even after they die as a place. So she likes this, so I'm trying to buy her flowers that she can keep or do something like that in the future, or plants.
Yes.
Plants are beautiful.
No, we have something inside. We need to relate ourselves to something. What makes me actually a personality, because I have specific characteristics, not only in my psychological life, but in my interest also. So my list of the interests create from me a personality. So also if you understand it, you can support this. I understand myself, understand you. So I would like to support your personality, yes, and maybe to create something more. So it's very important. Do you have some in common interest? I don't like a tradition.
Traditional.
Like a tradition, for example, breakfast in the morning on Sundays, or you go to every year to the same place together, or something like this. Some tradition.
We wake up every morning in the same way. She will wake up before me, then she will hear my alarm clock. Every morning she will come back because she drinks her tea in the morning earlier, and then comes in my head and hugs me, and we stay in bed for 10 minutes every morning. So this for me is the perfect day to start, because I start with a beautiful emotion. And it happens every morning. We always do something on our anniversary, we go on a trip. First date when we went, it was COVID, so everything was, it was the end of COVID. So we did have a lot of open things, restaurants and stuff, and we went to the golf course, and then we have this, we go there sometimes. sometimes, and we all remember it as a tradition. We want to do it every year. There's a lot of small things that we try to remember and do every year and to keep us passionate. Passion is always.
But you told me that it will be your future wife.
Yes, I proposed, yes. I proposed, yes, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations. So why you changed your mind and decided to be,
From a bachelor to after,
yes.
Because I think the most important thing you see in a person is that two things, that you want for her to be you want to spend the whole life with her, and you feel like this is the one that you want to spend the whole life. Then it's also important to see her as a family, like that if we're lucky to have children, we want to start a family, that she will be a good mother and we have a good family together. And this happens as you understand the other and you understand how he thinks and how he sees family and all these things. And when I felt that I'm sure that she wants this too and she feels this way too, we will be blessed if it happens. If not, it's life. But when I felt these two things, I was ready to propose it myself. I was happy she said yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
We don't know when the wedding will be. We just proposed, we're thinking. It's very close to the summer now, so we won't have time. Greeks like to get married in the summer, especially in island places, but maybe next summer it will happen. Maybe we should go off the two of us in a private island. I think you choose.
Happy wife, happy life,
Exactly. And I said to myself, many women, I don't know, like not all of them, but many women think of their marriage from the age of like 8, 7. For a woman, this is a much more important thing, how they imagine it, because it's been like a childhood thing for a lot of them. So I said, give them what, at least if you can give them what they want, try and give them what they want, because this is something they thought about much more than you. So
they're more experienced.
And much more experienced.
What you can tell that, like, you have my support.
Yes.
If you need me to do some things, I will do it. Just give me the list of the things.
Exactly. And leave it to you. Leave it to you. And we fix it together, but this is going to have to be based on your needs, not so much on my needs.
It's good. It's very nice.
Exactly. We will see what happens. And I remember understanding Greeks saying one thing. I don't know if you ever heard it. They say, if you don't build a house and get married, you know nothing.
Oh, okay.
So these two are lessons.
Oh,
These
okay.
are very important and very difficult things.
After this, you can start living.
Yes.
With experience.
Yeah, they say, άμα δεν παντρέψεις και δεν χτίσεις, δεν μαθαίνεις. That's a very good.
We have an expression in Russian that if you move from house to house, it's worse than your house will be burned, and you will build it from the beginning. Because this process is very...
hard, I understand. Moving is also very hard.
Yes, and they say that if you have a renovation of the house, it's the perfect base for you and your future wife to start relationships from the beginning.
Yes, because you understand her, what she wants, and you do it.
It's a long process. Somebody would like this,
Yes,
somebody would like this,
and what will happen
to
to
make
the
a
end?
compromise inside. It should be people psychologically mature.
That's probably the wedding part also. The wife wants this, the husband wants this. This is the same probably lesson from the Greek saying and the Russian saying. But it's true, very true.
Most of the time at weddings also parents involved with the decision because it's a tradition.
It's a big family thing. We keep family very high in our lives. And you feel connected to your family your whole life. And this is something I like as Greeks. It's something I think it's important. As long as they don't get very involved in your everyday life and your personal life, which Greek mothers usually try and do.
Italian also.
Italians also. I think it's Mediterraneans. This is one thing that was important in my very important in my psychology sessions, to understand how to put barriers. How to put barriers in everything you do, and barriers to where you leave people to interfere in your life.
It's actually a very big difference because we used to live with the family and we used to live, most of us, with the family support. So for us, family is support.
Exactly.
So we can't tell the person who supports you that, okay, I don't need your support anymore because it's not polite. But in psychology, you should be first, second should be your wife or girlfriend, after this your project or your child, and after this your parents only. So with this we're a little bit confused because support is very high.
Exactly.
And we can't put it down because how?
You feel obliged, you feel like, oh, they're helping me, how can I put them? And it's important for the parents to not pressure you that I'm giving you support, so you need to do this.
Or you give support to them, for example.
Exactly.
It's like, that's why they put you, for example, to the very high level. All the mothers put the child above them, even above the husband, above everything. And that's also not very normal.
No,
in
it's
gen-
not
in
very
general.
sorry. You have to understand yourself. Greek mothers, they always say their child is the best, and I will do everything for my child, and I do more than my child, and I will die for my child, and they tell you that. And it's always they say, what happened? You don't understand what I've been through to give birth to you. This is the Greek mothers say all the time.
You can tell that, in general, the person with a psychological session, there is a hypnotic part inside, and there is a very specific instrument that you can feel how actually you was born.
Really?
Yes, I was trained 50 years ago, even in Germany, and now actually with a holotropic breath, you will understand how you actually was born. You can understand if you had a problem, if your mother was smoking, if there is some disease or some stress, how you went, and everything that inside it have actual stages. Because when the child go out, it have different stages, like the state of heroism, that it was not a very comfortable position inside. So they need to go out. Yes, so if a person doesn't go out easily, so it's something happened to his life. Or it was, the cut the belly and take out. They don't have this kind of problems. So it's also some psychological parts inside, or the science inside of this. So
I didn't know that. This is very interesting. I will look into it. I was born with a cesarean, so I was probably the soft way out. I wasn't struggling to come out, they just took me out. So maybe it affected how I'm thinking in a lot of things, and I've never thought of that.
But you're a happy person in general.
I am.
You don't need to struggle a lot to achieve something. For example, a lot of people have this. So I will not have a lot of money if I will not struggle, I will not put a lot of efforts. You do it easier, more natural way, in general.
Interesting.
Yes, this hypnosis actually very easy. You can go through all
You
of
can
this.
solve problems that maybe it can fix my not liking airplanes. People have heard. I fly all the time, but I don't like when there's turbulence. Dark, I know it's a sense of control. For me, it's a sense of control. I don't feel the sense of control.
You can control the plane.
I can control the plane, I can be the pilot, so the sense of control creates insecurity inside me. That's why I don't like it.
Everything that we have is just our mind. If you believe in something,
It's in your head, everything is in your head. It's in your head.
I also believe that, for example, Santa Claus, it's like a religion. Because we taught people that you should be better, you should do good things, you should not, punch people, steal something, and Santa Claus will give you a present. Exactly the same religions do.
It's a religion.
Yes, it's clear.
100%.
So you should believe in Santa Claus.
I believe in what Santa Claus gives and how he makes happy kids. Of course, it's a beautiful.
So we can finish, I suppose. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. It was wonderful talking to you. Good luck with the rest of your studies and your podcast or podcast and YouTube channel. Exactly. Thank you.
For me, it's very important to understand, this golden middle between man and woman, because now we have a lot of pressure from the society. So we should understand what actually man wants in general and the woman wants in general. To combine all of this together, to find a new point, to grow and to build a partnership.
Communication is very important.
Yes,
communication, if we communicate what we want between each other, it will help. And honesty when you communicate. Because we can communicate and being dishonest. If you communicate with trust and honesty, both men and women can grow together as a couple, as partners, as everything.
Of course, it's just, win-win situation, 100 and 100. It's not 50-50.
Exactly.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.